Hi, welcome to Ramnathim Ganitshala. In the previous session, we studied set operations. We studied union of two sets, we studied difference of two sets, we studied intersection of two sets, and also we studied some of the properties and we did some amount of studies with the Venn diagram, right? So today we are going to do more problem solving using Venn diagrams. Okay, so let's see how today's session goes. So let's start with the first problem. Okay, do you realize what is this? Did you recognize what is this? So there are two sets A and B. The number of elements in A union B is equal to the number of elements in set A plus the number of elements in set B minus the number of elements in set A intersection B. Okay, so this is the formula. Let's see if we can understand this by taking an example. Okay, let's take an example. Say A is a set with 3 elements, okay, and B is another set with 4 elements, let's say, right. So what is A union B? A union B is are those elements which are there in A, either A or B or both. So I'll take 1, I'll take 2 because 2 is there in both, I'll take 3 because 3 is there in both, 2 and 3 I have already considered, I'll take 4 which is because it is here, and I'll take 5, right. What is A intersection B? A intersection B is a set of elements such that those elements are present in both the set A as well as in B. Now which are the elements which are present in A as well as in B? 1 is here, 1 is not here, so I will not take. 2 is here, 2 is here, so I will write here. 3 is here, 3 is here, okay. What about 4? 4 is here but not here. 5 is here but not here. So that's about it. Alright. Now what is how many elements are there in A, set A? 1, 2, 3, right. How about B? The number of elements in set B is 4. What is number of elements in A union B? A union B, the number of elements is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And what is the number of elements in A intersection B? How many elements do we have in A intersection B? A intersection B, you have 2 elements, right. So does this, is this true with the example that we have taken? Let us see. So number of elements in A union B is 5, okay. Number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus number of elements in A intersection B. Let's find out. Number of elements in set A is 3, number of elements in set B is 4 minus number of elements in A intersection B. A intersection B is what? Is this, right? So, right, now it is equal to RHS, sorry, is LHS. This is equal to 5, which is nothing but LHS, which is this, right. So this is coming true for our problem, okay. So let's try to understand using the Venn diagram, okay. I hope this is clear. For the example, we took an example of our choice for set A and set B. We found out A union B, A intersection B, and then based on the number of elements in A is 3, 1, 2, 3, number of elements in B is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I wrote it here. Number of elements in A union B is 5, A union B we found out, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are there which I wrote, and number of elements in A intersection B is 2, right? And then we tried substituting the values here. So number of elements in A union B is nothing but 5. Then what about this number of elements in set A plus number of elements in set B minus number of elements in A intersection B, which I substituted here, and it came to 5, which is nothing but the same as LHS, which was this, right? This was the LHS and this was the RHS in that particular formula that we substituted, right? So LHS is equal to RHS. Now this was using one example. I encourage you to take a few examples of your own to see that you are also getting the same result. All right. How do we solve this using the Venn diagram, okay, method? Let's see. Don't hesitate to experiment, okay? Don't think that you will get a wrong answer or probably you will be stuck. Yes, you may be stuck, but the efforts that you put will eventually get you out of it, okay? All right, let's try to prove this using the Venn diagram, okay? So let's see, what is this? This is set A and this is set B, okay? A, B, and this is a universal set. This rectangle is the universal set. All right, okay. Now let this be M, let this be N, and let this be P, okay? So what is M? Let us write down. Let the number of elements in A alone, which means in A but not in B, okay? In A alone, B, M. A alone means in A but not in B, okay? In A but not in B, correct, no? So this is basically M is nothing but this. So this is M. Now let the number of elements in B, in set B, I mean in B alone, B, P. B alone means in B but not in A. So it cannot be in this, it has to be somewhere over here. So this is all P. All right. Now let the number of elements in both A and B. So these elements are in both A and B, which means this place. These are the elements which are there in both A and B, B, N. Okay, so this is good. Now, the number of elements in A union B is nothing but, what are the elements? Are those elements, A union B means the elements are either in either in A, which are those elements which are in A, there are M elements, or in B, which is P elements, or in both. Now these are the N elements which are there in both as per the definition. So this is what it is. A union B will have all those elements which are either in A or in B or in both. Okay, so either in A is M, right, or in B, which is P, or in both, which is N. So M plus P plus N. All right, that's good. Number of elements in A is what? M plus N, because N is also in A only, right? It is in B, but it also in A, so it is M plus N. Number of elements in B is nothing but P plus N. P elements are in B as well as N elements are in B also, correct, no? So it should be P plus N. All right. And Number of elements in A intersection B is nothing but n, because this is A intersection B. These are the elements which are common to both A and B. Okay, so they are n. Now let us see LHS is number of elements in A union B is nothing but m plus p plus n. Okay, RHS. Number of elements of A plus number of elements in B minus number of elements in A intersection B. Okay, number of elements in A is, what did we find, m plus n, plus number of elements in B, p plus n, minus number of elements in A intersection B is n. Okay, don't get confused with this n and this n. Okay, if you are getting confused, maybe we'll change it to we can change it to r. Okay, let's say this is r. So let me change it to r. Let me change this to r. Let me change this to r. Right. So let me change this to r. All right, that's good, no? Okay, r, and this is r. Okay, sounds good, right? So all n elements which are the elements which were actually in both A and B, I have replaced them with r, the letter r. Okay, so that you don't get confused between this n and that n. I know you won't, but still. Alright, so now m plus r plus p plus r minus r, how much is that? M plus p plus r. Is it not equal to LHS? Correct, no? So hence we proved using the Venn diagram method as well, that left hand side is equal to right hand side, right? So I hope you understood this. There is should be no confusion here, and then let's move on with an example. Okay, let's take a problem. All right, how many of you like cars? How many cars do you own? Do you have one car or you have multiple cars at home? You as in your papa or mama, how many cars do you have? How many cars do they own? Right, let's solve a problem related to that. All right. There are 500 car owners. Okay. 400 of them own car A, okay, and 200 of them own car B. How many of them own both cars? Right, that is the question. Now there are 500 car owners. Okay, 400 of them have car A, 200 of them own car B, and few of them own both the cars. Okay, we don't know how much, right, but we know that there are 500 car owners. Okay, so you go to a car expo and you interview people who own cars. Okay, so 400, you interviewed 500 people, 400 of them said I own car A and 200 of them said I own car B. Okay, and there are some people who own both the cars, right? Now we need to find out how many of them own both the cars. So let's start. Let A be a set of car owners who own car A. All right. Let B be a set of car owners who own car B. Okay. So this is the thing. All right. Now from this, what do you know? So one question. So yeah, that's fine. All right. So number of, as per the definition, the number of people who own either car A or B or both would be 500, correct? So 500 car owners are there. So these 500 people either are owner of car B or are owners of car A or are owners of both car A and B, right? So this is 500. Number of owners of car A is how much? 400 of them own car A. So this is 400. Okay. Let A be the set of car owners who own car A, right? So number of owners of car A, number of elements in the set A is 400, which is same as the number of owners of car A as per this. Number of owners of car B is same as the number of elements of set B as per this definition, and that is 200, right? So now you know this, you know this, you know this as well. So you should be able to find out this, right? Now based on that, since this is the formula, therefore number of elements in A union B, this is 500, should be equal to number of elements in set A, that is 400, plus number of elements in set B, that is 200, minus number of elements in A. Okay. So this becomes 500 is equal to 600 minus number of elements in A intersection B. Therefore number of elements in A intersection B is nothing but 100. Is that right? Is there a correct statement? Okay. So which means, therefore, how many of them own both cars? A intersection B means the elements are there in both set A and B, which means the owners own both car A as well as car B. So 100 owners own both cars. I hope children you understood this. Give it a thought. Okay. So I used the same formula. I used A and B, car A, so that we can use the same formula and substitute. Alright. So let A be the set of car owners who own car A. Let A B be the set of car owners who own car B. Right. Then number of elements of the set A union B is 500. Let's do a Venn diagram. Let's see. I guess we have some space here, right? So this is the universal set. Okay, do we have space? Okay, the universal set, this is A and this is B. Okay, so the number of elements of A union B is 500. Okay, the number of elements of set A is 400, number of elements of set B is 200. Okay, so this is 100. We found out this is 100. Number of elements of the set A intersection B is 100. The number of elements of set A which belong to only set A should be how much? Should be, maybe this is 300. Is that correct? This is 100. Correct, no? So this is how it is. The number of elements or the number of car owners who own just one car, okay, that is 300 plus 100, that is 400, which is already known. The number of car owners who own car A is 300 plus 100, which is 400. the number of car owners who own car B is 100 plus 100, that is 200, right. The number of car owners who own either car A or B or both are 500, 300 plus 100 plus 100, that is 500. Now, how many car owners just own one car, that is car A? They don't own two cars, they own just one car, that would be 300, correct, no? How many car owners just own one car, that is car B, and nothing more than that, just car B they own, these are 100 people, correct. And how many people who own both the cars, that is this 100, right. So I hope you understood this, right, and think about it, should be pretty easy. All right, so let's move on. So we use the formula to solve this. All right, so let's move on to our next problem. What is the next problem? Yeah. So next problem is based on the same. We usually encounter this, right? Many of us start as mathematics teacher, and then there is a shortage of teacher, then we end up teaching some other subject, right? And then eventually you will have one teacher teaching many subjects, right? It happens. Let's see a problem on the same. Okay, all right. "20 teachers teach mathematics or physics." Okay, there are 20 teachers which teach mathematics or physics. Of this, 12 teachers teach mathematics and 4 teach physics. And 4 teach physics and mathematics. Okay, both physics and mathematics. Okay, all right. How many teach physics? How many? Physics. All right, so let's, okay, now 20 teachers teach physics and mathematics. Okay, let M be the set. Let's set M. Okay, let maybe better way to write is, let's set M represent the teachers teaching mathematics. Okay, and let's set M. M is done, so I will go with P. Represent the teachers teaching physics. Okay, so now the set, okay, we know the set representing the teachers either teaching mathematics or physics or both would be M union P. M union P is a set which represents the teacher which either teaching maths or physics or both, and number of elements in that or number of teachers in this particular set is 20 is given. Okay, so this is given. Now what else is given? Okay, 12 teachers teach mathematics. So I also know number of teachers teaching mathematics is 12, which means number of teachers in the set, number of elements in the set M is 12, which means number of teachers teaching mathematics is 12. Okay, I have the second one. And 4 teach physics and mathematics. So number of teachers which are in both the sets, the number of teachers which are there in both the sets is 4, correct? No? So how many teach physics? So this is the question, number of teacher teaching physics is how much? Very simple formula. So M union P, number of elements of the set M union P is nothing but number of elements in the set M plus number of elements in the set P minus number of elements in the set M intersection P, correct? No? So let's see MU, what is this? This is 20, this is 12, just substitute, look and substitute. I don't know this, I just keep it as it is, minus this one is 4. So it becomes 20 minus 12 plus 4, is it 12? So number of physics teacher, number of teachers who teach physics is 12, right? Great. You want to have a Venn diagram on this? We can do that. Okay. So how do I do? Shall I draw here? Okay. This is the universal set. This is the universal set. This is P and this is M. Physics, mathematics. Now the number of teachers who teach both physics and mathematics is 4. So this is actually 4. This intersection, as you can see, this one is 4. Alright. And the number of teachers who teach physics, which we found out to be 12, but 4 are already in intersection, 8, this would be 8. So 8 plus 4 would be 12, right? The number of teachers who teach physics are nothing but who exclusively teach physics plus who teach physics along with mathematics. So they are 12. So 8 plus 4, 12. What about mathematics? 12. So even this is 8, right? The number of teachers who teach mathematics is nothing but are the ones who teach only mathematics, exclusively mathematics, or they teach mathematics with physics. So 8 plus 4 is 12. So that is good. And the number of total teachers we mentioned is 20. Let's see if this comes to 20. 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 8, 20. Alright. And anyway, I think, yeah, that should be it. So think in a logical way and things should be easy, right? Use this formula wherever possible and solve the problems. Okay. So let's move on to the next problem. Probably also our last problem. Alright, yeah. So let's try to prove some result using the Venn diagram. Okay, I hope children you are with me. You are able to follow what I am talking, right? Keep thinking, keep questioning yourself. Don't just assume what I am telling you. Question, learn more, read more, question more. That's the only way you can move forward. Keep trying, take some examples that will help to clear your mind. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's try one problem wherein they say that A intersection B, complement of A union B is nothing but A dash intersection B dash. How do we prove this? Okay. All right. So this is the one. A union B dash, I mean the complement of A union B is nothing but complement of A intersection complement of B. All right. So you can go ahead and take an example set 1, 2, 3. Maybe you can take B as some other 5, 6, 3, 2 or something, and universal set as all the elements in both A and B, right? And if you want, you can take some more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Union, the universal set is the set which has all the elements in a particular problem of interest. Okay, so it should have all the elements of A as well as elements of B, and it can have some more. So 1 is there, 2 is there, 3 is there, 5 is there, 6 is there, 3 is there, 2 is there. Okay, and maybe one more element, right? So you can have 7 also. So you can start and then you can find out A union B and complement of that, right? Similarly, this is the LHS. Find out the RHS. A dash. A dash is nothing but all the elements which are in the universal set but not in A. So 1 is here, 1 is here, I will not take it. 2, 2, 3, 3, no. 4 is here, 4 is not here. So 4, 5, 6 is the value of A complement, right? Is the A dash or A complement, right? A is 1, 2, 3, A dash is 4, 5, 6. Okay. Similarly, find out for B dash and then you see whether LHS is equal to RHS. But we are not going to do that. We will try the Venn diagram. Okay. We will try solving this with a Venn diagram. Alright. Okay. Let's start our shading. Okay. A union B is, can I draw it this way? Universal set A, B. Okay. This is A union B. Let me shade it. This is what represents A union B. Correct? Now, A union B, the complement of A union B would be this is a universal set, this is A, this is B. So, whatever was not shaded earlier gets shaded now, and whatever was shaded earlier will not be shaded, right? That is the complement, right? This element was in the universal set, maybe this, it was not in A union B, but now it will be in the complement. Okay, whatever was not there earlier is a member now of A union B dash. Okay, so these are all the members now. So this is the shaded, these are all the locations wherein the member could be spotted. Let's do this. So let's draw. Let's draw this little bit, it's taking time, but let's do it correctly. So I shaded it. Okay, so this is what would A union B the whole dash, okay. Complement of A union B would look like this, okay. Now LHS is this, let's see whether RHS also turns out to be this, right. A dash is nothing but, this was set A, we are not going to show B now, just show set A would be all this, whatever is not there in set A is in A dash, okay. So this is fine. All right. All right. So one question. So in fact, I am thinking let me show set B as well. That would be better, right? So let's draw the same. So it will be easier to merge them later, A and B, right? So this is nothing but, okay. So A dash is nothing but all those elements which are not in A, right. So these are not in A, okay. So I am very careful to shade only outside the set A, which is circle A here in this case, right. It can lie in B, but it will not lie in A, that is all A dash, okay. So I hope this is clear, okay. So I just left this entire circle which is A without shading. Now this is A dash. How about B dash? Let's draw it again. Same thing, just don't shade circle B this time, right? So I'll start shading. Do you like shading, guys? How many of you like to draw and paint? Not many, huh? All right. Yeah, people who like to draw and paint probably will like maths also now, after you see all this. Or many of you actually do like. Okay, so whatever I have shown now is B dash, okay, whatever shaded area, and what is not shaded is B, okay. So I have not shaded the circle which is B, all right. It's nothing but the set B, all right. So now this is fine. What is A dash intersection B dash? Now what is the area which is common to A dash and B dash? See, A dash intersection B dash means that area which is common to both, right? Can I say everything outside these two circles is common, right? So the outside area, now first let's focus on the area outside these two circles. Is the area outside these two circles shaded in both the cases, in A dash and B dash? See, if you see, the areas outside this circle, okay, this two circle is shaded in both the cases. So I am going to shade that, because that is common to both A dash and B dash, right? Then we will see if the area inside the circle is common or not. Okay, so this is it. All right, so this is good. This is A and this is B. Now, should I, sir, is there any to both A dash and B dash? In the case of A dash, I have B shaded, but in this case B is not shaded, so I cannot take, okay, this portion. Let's look at this portion, okay, just this portion, okay. It is shaded here, but it is not shaded here, so leave it. It is not common to both. Now let's take a look at only this portion. We'll look about the intersection later, this one, right, this one. It is not shaded here, but it is shaded here, so that is again not common to both. Now what about the common to both A and B? It is not shaded here and it is not shaded here, right? So it was never shaded in both the cases, right? So it was never there, so we just leave that also, okay. So if you look at this, A dash intersection B dash is same as complement of A union B. See these two diagrams, don't they look same? The two circles are not shaded, whereas all the area outside the two circles is shaded, right, and which falls into the universal set. These are all okay. So in this case it implies A union B is A dash, A union, complement of A union B is nothing but A dash or A complement intersection B complement. All right, sounds good. To the end of today's session. Hope you liked today's session and you learned something in today's session. So if you really liked and understood, please give me a like today, and please subscribe to my videos and inform or tell your friends about this channel, so that they also can come and become subscribers and learn. And keep practicing mathematics. It's a very beautiful subject. The more you practice, the more you would be proficient, okay. So till we meet next time, children, take care and God bless. Bye bye.